Hey everyone, welcome to the Baked Alaskan. Well, it's MS Monday today, and I've just had another curve thrown at me this weekend. Friday I saw my psychiatrist, who informed me that he believed I was suffering from generalized anxiety disorder. In addition to my bipolar disorder, my depressive mood swings, and all that other shit I deal with. The MS, did I mention that? Yeah. So, in other words, he said, I have some very real concerns and worries, which was reassuring. But I also had generalized anxiety disorder. Now, I'm really looking to hear from anybody that with this diagnosis, just to hear what your experience has been. If you're on medication, at this point I'm not on medication. We're gonna try to treat it with CBT, but that's cognitive behavioral therapy. Sorry. But I just feel like I was trying to explain it to my wife this morning. Like, I'm over here pouring the cold water on the bipolar disorder, the depression, the anxiety that I knew I already suffered from the bipolar disorder, and on and on and on. And then I got the MS over here with all the physical ailments and the mental stuff that I'm going through. So this fire is all burning. And I've got my little watering pot, and it's keeping things under control. But behind me, there's this new fire that I don't even know is there. But it's feeding all of these other fires. Generalized anxiety over everything in my life. Every decision that I make is guided by this feeling of anxiety. I did not realize this until I was given this diagnosis, and I examined my motives for my decisions as they arose in me and what I was feeling when I was about to make that decision. Or my wife asking me a question and asking me to make a decision, and then I changed my mind a minute later because I realized that that was faulty logic. You know, like, folks, I'm just here today on MS Monday to commiserate with you all. Anybody who suffers from more than one disorder, ailment, disease, whatever you want to call it, comorbid occurrence, whatever you want to call it. It's wildly unfair because people don't accept that you have one illness, much less four. And they think, oh, you're just overdoing it now. Why do you have more than 3 illnesses? You can have more than 3 illnesses. It's all in your head. Those doctors don't know what they're talking about. You know what? My doctor, my current doctor, he worked in the hospitals for over 25 years, and he's been doing private practice for 10. He's seen everything at the hospital. And I know none of this has to do with MS right now, but just hang with me. I'll get there, I promise. So I think what the thing about MS is that you're not just dealing, it's not just like, I have cancer. Now, and I know this goes, you get a lot of things that go with cancer, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, people. Just using that as an example. With MS, it's little breakdowns everywhere. all at different times, at the same time. It doesn't matter. I think we're out. Yeah. Whoa. So, with these little breakdowns, you lose things. Me, I've lost my ability to remember. And I laugh because you have to. Or you just become so bitter and jaded and horrible on the inside that it becomes your outside. And I don't want to be that. I don't want to be so horrible that it's my outside. I just think with MS, it takes and takes and takes. And then when you're not looking, something like generalized anxiety disorder comes along. And it feeds MS what it needs to keep you not feeling good, to keep you off your game, to keep you off kilter. Same with the bipolar. Like, it can feed the bipolar in all the negative ways. The worry and anguish and whatever that I feel over something I post can be compounded by this anxiety. And you're saying the worry and anguish you feel, isn't that the anxiety? No, that's my baseline. That's where I start. It gets so much worse than that. This is my 5th shrink. The first one to ever acknowledge my anxiety was more than my bipolar. So that's something. But I have feelings about some other stuff that I want to talk about, but not so close to when it happened, to maybe give me a little more space. So, that's coming soon. But for today, I just want to leave you guys and gals with the thought that all of these coexisting illnesses talk to each other. They don't exist on their own. They're kind of something triggers something else, triggers something else. I guarantee it. They're connected. So be mindful of that when you're dealing with your own. Whether you have anxiety disorder, or you have bipolar disorder, or just any other mental illness. Be gentle, because it's hard. And sorry, my wife is walking around and it's kind of catching my eye. I mean, well, So I totally forgot what I was saying, folks, but just know that you can take care of one, but you need to take care of them all. In my case, if I just let my bipolar flare up and run around like crazy and ruin my life, you bet my anxiety disorder would be like up to like 99 and, almost maxed out, and, everything else would just be in shambles. I know that. So I need to manage them all. Manage my MS. Manage my bipolar disorder. Now manage my general anxiety. And doing that is like a full-time job. It is, but I feel like I'm thinking about myself all the time. But if I let my guard down for a minute, I'll let something in or affect me, or, see, this is my anxiety again. I can hear myself now, and I can put my finger on it, and that's amazing. That's power. That's how I'm going to get better. So, I think we'll leave on that note. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and your week is looking good. Take care of yourselves out there, and be well.